Zebra Family channel. If you have not subscribed, please click the like button, share and subscribe. It's free.
With the leave of God, of course. Can you just go and point to them out at the screen there? Yeah, I've got a ruler here. Can you please pass it over?
Are we referring to these striations here? One's better here.
I'm asking you, what do you see? You must tell us. You have said you're seeing striation. I'm not referring to anything. You must tell us what do you see there. I'm not referring to anything. I've only asked you, what is it that you see between the space mark arrow number 1 and number 2? Then you said you see striations. Then you went there and pointed them out. Those striations.
Yes, they are striations.
Thank you. How many?
There are 4 striations there.
Thank you. Those 4 striations which you've just mentioned, do they go through to the test bullet? Are they also visible on the test bullet which is on the line?
They continue to the test bullets, but on that part of the test bullet, they are not visible. I just want to point out to you. If you look at the test bullet here, they are not there, but if you continue looking, there they are on this side. On this part of the bullet, they are not there. So if you look at your bullet, as I said, it's a soft bullet, it's a soft lead bullet. If it bends like this part will not have your marks, but this part will have your marks.
Okay.
So that bullet, because it's a soft bullet, the possibility of it bending a little bit so that it cannot pick up all the marks are very high there.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now, you had an opportunity the whole weekend to go and identify areas of similarities between the... There it goes again. Oh, it's back again. Between the similarities between the test bullet, and when I say similarities, please understand me contextually, between the test bullet, which is on the right, and the exhibit bullet, which is on the left, to identify all those marks which are similar, whether they extend or they do not extend.
bheka futhi ukhombe zonke indawo la kubonakala khona iy'ndawo ezifanayo imigqa efanayo kule test bullet nale mhlawumbe etholakele endaweni esigameko.
Not so.
The assignment was to go and depict the marks that are visible on E1. And it is precisely the exercise that the witness has done. Not all the striations, but the striations that he has identified on Exhibit E1.
Yes, it is a court, my lord. I think the state again had it all wrong. Very all wrong. Exhibit X13 EC1. He has got no markings. Which is the reason why on Friday, this expert was requested to go and identify a mark those areas which is able to identify on the exhibit bullet and the test bullet. That was the assignment. Nobody said to him that, look, if you are unable to find it in the middle and you find it at the end, you should not mark it. But exactly, that is coming, madam. Let's look at point number 3. Error number 3. Error number 3. Now, is that not what you're suggesting, that the bullet would not have been able to pick up those marks as per a demonstration of it bending in the middle? Actually it's taking is it a convex or a concave shape? I think it's a convex shape or a concave shape, yes, such that as it goes through the barrel, it is unable to pick up mark in the middle of its body, but only on its edges, on its ends, not so. That is exactly what you have done on point number 3. And nobody said you should go and do it in point number 3. Now back to my question. If you are saying that those striations that we have already pointed out as striations that are between point number 1 and point number 2 on the sealed bullet are also on the test bullet, irrespective of where they are in the test bullet, if we're able to pick them up, why did you not do the same exercise as you did on point number 3?
Ukuthi-ke khona-ke iy'mpawu ozibonakalayo lapha enhlamvini yembukiso ezikhona lapha kule nhlamvu ye-test, yini-ke ungazange usikhombise lapha kunumber 3 njengoba wenzile kule mcibisho lokuqala nosibili?
Marat, I've pointed the sufficient marks to show the similarities between both the exhibits and the test. I didn't point out all the marks. It's not going to be possible to point all the marks there. There's a lot of marks there.
Angizange ngifuna ukukhomba zonke iy'mpawu kodwa bengikhombisa nje iy'mpawu ezingasisiza ukuthi sibone ukuthi kukhona ukufanana.
But sir, exactly, that was the assignment. Go and identify all the marks that are found on the test bullet, on the test bullet and as well as the sealed bullet. Nobody said limit yourself. That is the exercise that you are requested to go and do. Then you decide to come up with this. The objective.
We're not going to repeat ourselves and belabor the point, but we've made our point that was not the object of the exercise. The object of the exercise was for this witness to highlight the markings that he's identified in E1 on the exhibit that is now handed up as exhibit E6. That was the sole purpose of the exercise.
As it is a court manner. I think I've made my point.
Sorry, just for a minute. How did you understand the alleged assignment which you were given in connection with the charts? What were you supposed to do? I wasn't there when they agreed. They agreed amongst themselves that this is how you must do it.
I was requested to point out the marks that I have identified on the chart. As I said, when I was testifying, it asked me how many marks you see on your bullet. And I said, on the first chart, I remember I said 6 or 7 marks. And when I did the court chart, I've mentioned up to 6. If you can check all my markings, it's up to 6. I've never went more than 6.
Yes,
Manje njengoba wena kuhambile ngempela sonto wena ucanga ukuthi uthunywe ukuthi uyokwenzana nathi hayi mina bengithunywe ukuthi ngiyokhomba iy'mpawu ezisebenzisekayo.
No, and I'm aware of that trick, you said. Now you are simply aligning your answer to what the state has said and most probably to what the court is asking you. It's just an alignment, but nonetheless it's fine. I've made my point. Now, in terms of the county, when there are stoppages in terms of synergy. Now, how do I put this one? Let us take a break, Madam. I'm requesting that you take a break. It's already time for a short break so that I prepare my answer to this one. My question to this one. Well, I don't want to confuse this with this. With the answer, with the question I will not be able to understand. Thank you.
Family, let's watch Mnisi showing that Mangena doesn't know what he is doing. He brought a charge in court to prove that the striations of the bullet are corresponding with the bullet that was found in the scene of crime. Then Mnisi made him to go and count the striations that were there to show the similarities of those striations. He went there, he was given a ruler to go and point out those striations because there were striations that were both found in the bullet that was tested and the bullet that was found in the scene of crime. They were on both sides. And Mnisi agreed with those striations. Then he asked him now to go in between those striations because there should be lines that are going off striations going down, which means those are lines. On those striations going down, they were breaking down and they were not visible. But he came to a conclusion that that was the gun that killed SENZO Mayiwa. How he came to that conclusion? When the striations that he was asked to go and count, now they were not visible and they were not connecting, they were breaking down. You could see them from the other side. He was just giving some kind of stupid answers, telling us about the breakage of the striations. So I was kind of like, how this guy is called an expert when he cannot, in his own chart, walk us through to understand that whatever chart that he has brought out to the court, he knows, and it's where he made his conclusion that this is the gun that killed SENZO Mayiwa. But when he was asked to come and demonstrate on his own chart, then it became hard. Then he was like, they are there. What Mnisi doesn't like, you have to go and count. Then he refused to go and count them. And the judge, instead of intervening there and say, hey, there are people who are behind bars here, understand that those people are fighting for their own life, and these defense lawyers are here for their clients. So you should answer the questions as they come from their defense. But he failed. But the judge didn't even say anything. He just kept his cool. But if that was done by the defense, he will say, I remember last time Gomezulu said something that, where? He's always quick to the defense whenever there is a little bit of mistake. Giving an example today, Mnisi talked about a hospital, but he was trying to say, he was referring to one of the police stations. But he talked about the hospital. Then Ngumalo tried to correct him. Immediately, the judge jumped in. What's going on? But Mnisi had to explain. But he doesn't do it to the to the state witness, which is Mangena. He even yesterday called him General Colonel Mangena, to prove that this judge is part of the game of cooking this evidence. Family, what do you think about this? Let's comment, like, and share. Ngiyanithanda nonke ngothando luka love. Ngithi kuni noma ngabe izindlu zodaka kusekhaya lapha. Bravo.